What's up, guys? Welcome back to Weekly Weird News.
Hey, Mom, there's something in the back room. Hope it's not those creatures from above.
I don't even get this
You
reference.
used to read me stories as if my dreams were boring. We all know conspiracies are dumb. It's Blink-182. Come on, man. Aliens exist.
I don't even know that one.
All right. Well, anyway, this week we've got aliens, foreign and domestic, ancient and current, and also we got even more of those goddamn creepy clowns that won't stop. But first, we've got a sponsor. This week it's Mack Weldon.
Mm-hmm.
You know them. We've talked about them before. They make some damn fine underwear, socks, shirts, hoodies, and sweatpants that use the best fabrics around, including a line of antimicrobial underwear and shirts that eliminate odor from your stinky ass.
I'm wearing my Mack Weldons right now. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, it's great for working out, and it's also just great for being a lazy piece of shit. So head over to MackWeldon.com now. Use the promo code NEWS, N-E-W-S, and you'll get 20% off your order.
All right, now on to the show. So that singing that Elliot did at the top of the show was, of course, the opening lyrics to Aliens Exist off of Blink-182's seminal 1999 record, Enema of the State. And it turns out that singer Tom DeLonge wasn't joking around. These days, he's not even in Blink-182 anymore because it ate up all of his time that he could have been spending looking for aliens. He's very serious about it, and that passion for extraterrestrial life has landed Tom DeLonge, of all people, on the latest WikiLeaks dump.
He did it. The crooked lion media won't even acknowledge it, though. Everyone's just talking about Hillary's Wall Street speeches. No one's saying a goddamn word about something way more important. Aliens.
Yes.
Okay, well, actually, the Wall Street Journal is talking about it, but their articles are behind the worst paywall in modern journalism. So, luckily, a few smaller outlets have picked up on it, and, of course, the WikiLeaks emails are all out there for anyone to look at, so let's just dive right in.
Yeah. DeLonge's WikiLeaks presence consists of 2 emails he wrote to John Podesta, former White House Chief of Staff and current Hillary Clinton campaign manager. Podesta has indicated over the years that he's a believer in extraterrestrial life, even tweeting on his last day as Obama's Chief of Staff, "Finally, my biggest failure of 2014, once again not securing the disclosure of the UFO files." And in an email from October 2015, DeLonge writes to Podesta and indicates that the two had previously met when DeLonge interviewed Podesta for a special documentary, presumably about aliens, I would assume. He tells Podesta that the project is moving along and includes novels, films, and nonfiction works, which are all blooming and finishing.
So he tells Podesta, "I would like to bring 2 very important people out to meet you in D.C. I think you will find them very interesting."
Are they aliens?
As they were principal leadership relating to our sensitive topic. Both were in charge of most fragile divisions as it relates to classified science and Department of Defense topics. Other words, these are A-level officials, worth our time, and as well the investment to bring all the way out to you. I just need 2 hours from you.
This is the type of text message I write when I want to get a friend on the guest list.
Yeah.
He's a big YouTuber.
He's a big
You should put him on the list. Anyways, in the next email from January 2016, DeLonge writes to Podesta about a General McCasland, presumably Air Force Major General William N. McCasland, saying, "He mentioned he's a skeptic. He's not. I've been working with him for 4 months. I just got done giving him a 4-hour presentation on the entire project a few weeks ago. Trust me, the advice is already been happening on how to do all this. He just has to say that out loud, but he is very, very aware, as he was in charge of all of the stuff. When Roswell crashed, they shipped it to the laboratory at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. General McCasland was in charge of that exact laboratory up to a couple years ago. He not only knows what I'm trying to achieve, he helped assemble my advisory team. He's a very important man."
Tom DeLonge is on the case.
Yeah, now I'm like, I don't really care that he's not in Blink-182 anymore.
Yeah, no, he had a higher
Matt
calling.
Skiba's doing fine.
Yeah.
He's still in it, right? I think so.
For now. So it's unclear if Podesta ever responded to either of those emails, but this is certainly one of the more unexpected bits of news to come out of this current political news cycle. That's saying a lot. I mean, it's not grab 'em by the pussy level unexpected, but it's pretty juicy nonetheless. America definitely has some catching up to do, though. Over in Iraq, their government's just coming out in public and admitting that aliens are real. Or at least Iraq's transportation minister, Kazem Finjan, is. I have a feeling his views don't exactly line up with those of the Iraqi government, but who knows? So last week, Finjan was in the Iraqi region of Dikar, where most of Iraq's ancient Sumerian cities are located, and he held a press conference where he asserted that Dikar was the location of the world's first airport, which was built 5,000 years ago by aliens.
I mean, who else are you going to trust but the transportation advisor? Anyways, he told the Iraqi media present, "If you do not believe me, read the book of the great historian Zechariah Sitchin, who was an expert on Sumerian studies. Read the books of Samuel Kramer or the book written by H.G. Wells about this. This is the safest place for airplanes to land and take off, because some meteorological factors that limit an airplane's maneuvering ability do not exist in the Daikar airport. Not only above the airport, the skies all over Daikar are safe for planes, because there are no negative meteorological influences here. The atmosphere around Daikar is positive. When the Sumerians settled here, they knew full well that the atmosphere here was suitable for flying to outer space. It was from here that the Sumerian spaceships took off towards other planets. The Sumerians were the first to discover the 12th planet, which was acknowledged a few days ago by NASA and named Nibiru, which completes its orbit around the sun every 3,600 years. Did they kill him on the spot?
No, he's still walking free.
Throw him off a cliff and see if he floats.
There's a lot to unpack here.
Yeah.
That was the actual Iraqi Minister of Transportation, not some L. Ron Hubbard follower. So let's start with the fact that Mr. Finjon's main source, Zechariah Sitchin, wasn't so much an expert on Sumerian studies as he was just one of the earliest proponents of the ancient aliens idea, which he based off some really shoddy translations of ancient Sumerian texts that have all been widely criticized by actual Sumerian experts. Finjon also lists as sources Samuel Kramer, an actual Sumerian expert who just happened to be one of the first people to translate a bunch of ancient Sumerian myths and never actually said anything about aliens, and also H.G. Wells, the science fiction author.
Yeah.
Finjon also says that NASA has recently acknowledged the existence of the 12th planet of Nibiru, a popular idea amongst ancient aliens enthusiasts, but no, they haven't. They never acknowledged it. That's just flat out untrue. In fact, they had to make a blog post on nasa.gov saying,
refuting it?
We didn't do that. There is no Nibiru.
And then he was like, I don't know, many people are saying you did say it.
People call me up every day.
Are you sure you didn't say it?
I just
People
love, there's
saying-
like 15 microphones in front of this. First of all, why do they care about the Iraqi transportation minister, what he says? There must be just
When are we getting a bullet train?
Yeah. There's like 15 microphones, every news outlet there, and he's like, I don't know why you're all here, but I got some ideas about aliens. They were here first.
It's crazy to me that an official would be doing that kind of press conference.
Not just any official, the one in charge of building roads that are safe.
Anyways, I'm sure they're fine. But hey, it looks like we can finally hang up George W. Bush's mission accomplished banner again, because we did it! Members of the Iraqi government are now just like Americans, believing whatever they read on the internet regardless of how reliable their sources are. And look, we get it. It's fun to think about this kind of stuff. We're not saying aliens don't exist. We're just saying maybe don't believe everything you read on the internet. There's definitely enough weird, totally true sci-fi shit out there already. And just look at what the CIA was up to with MK Ultra back in the 50s through the 70s, doing all kinds of outlandish and illegal experiments in mind control. MK Ultra played a part in the plot of the show Stranger Things, and while we're pretty sure the US Department of Energy isn't creating telekinetic children like the one that you saw on the show, they've done some pretty shady shit in their past.
Yeah, so political journalist Lachlan Marquet recently submitted a Freedom of Information request to the Department of Energy to retrieve any internal communication that the DOE had about Stranger Things, and he got back a big stack of papers, which include a lot of internal talk about how to publicly address the show's portrayal of the DOE and show that they're not actually bad guys. And in one heavily redacted email, an employee writes, "So yeah, we actually do make weapons, also human experiments. There is some really eyebrow-raising stuff in the history of the Atomic Energy Commission in which, yes, the AEC did do human experiments or participated with the military. Example, soldiers were in trenches near some nuclear tests. Not sure when these ended, and to this day, we still provide healthcare to people in very specific islands affected by nuclear tests."
Cool, that makes me feel great.
Yeah.
In another email, U.S. Secretary of Energy Ernest Moniz writes, "It's not true that the Energy Department doesn't explore parallel universes. We support theoretical physicists / cosmologists through the Office of Science High Energy Physics Program."
High energy.
High energy. Some of whom almost certainly are doing a fair amount of research on parallel universes. So, okay, yeah, like none of this is all that shocking. Though you gotta wonder what's in all those redactions, though.
Yeah.
You gotta get Tom DeLonge on this thing.
A lot of black markers.
The main takeaway from these emails is that the DOE was very aware of Stranger Things, and there's plenty of emails where staffers get mad about spoilers because one of their coworkers binge watched it faster than they did. It's all pretty humanizing, even if they are secretly up to some shady shit.
Yeah.
What's that one where they made the boat disappear?
The Philadelphia experiment?
I thought it was Copperfield, but whatever.
Well, anyway, speaking of shady shit, let's check in on that whole creepy clown epidemic that's sweeping the world at this point.
Yeah.
Hopefully, after our long, exhaustive report from last week, everyone just decided to chill the fuck out and stop taking this whole thing so damn seriously. And nope, they didn't.
You didn't listen to us.
Clowns are still clowning. Let's just take a look at the latest developments. First off, clown sightings are now in full swing over in the UK, where asshole pranksters in clown costumes just cannot get enough of hiding behind things and jumping out at strangers, and sometimes chasing them. Good. There have been dozens of reports all over the UK, with police in the Thames Valley at one point responding to 14 clown incidents in 24 hours. Just chill. Childline, a call service in the UK for kids to call for advice and support about shit like child abuse and bullying and divorce, reported that in just a week they'd received 120 phone calls from little kids concerned about the clown craze. Stop it!
We've failed the world. The aliens are turning around right now.
At least we share the blame with our brothers and sisters in the UK.
Yeah. Somehow it seems more harmless in the UK, though.
Because they don't have, like,
Weapons.
people get not stabbed there a lot.
In glass.
Yeah.
Anyways, as we all know, when the police fail to stop a dangerous clown, the public's only hope is a mysterious crime-fighting figure who's been combating clowns for 76 years. Batman. In Cumbria, in northwest England, a group called Cumbria Superheroes has supposedly begun patrolling the streets in full-on Christian Bale-era Batman attire. There isn't any indication this Batman has actually done anything about the clowns, but okay, sure. Let's just get more costume people out in the streets. That'll fix everything.
That'll fix it.
It's like we were just talking about. When you have a rat problem, you put in cats. Then you got a cat problem, put in dogs.
Yeah.
Then you got a dog problem.
You put in coyotes. When you got a coyote problem, you send in a bear.
We're going to have to get the clowns to go back after these Batmen. Anyways, we were really hoping when we saw news reports of Batman patrolling the UK streets that it would be the Bromley Batman, who we've covered on this show before. We were hoping that he was back in action cleaning up those streets, but it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, he's needed now more than ever, and who knows what he's up to.
Probably doing something
Hopefully
very
he's
noble.
safe.
Yeah.
Hopefully someone didn't break his back, forcing him into semi-retirement.
Yeah.
He's walking around with a cane at Bromley Manor.
Could happen.
Hopefully. Anyway, the clown thing has even spread to continental Europe now. Sweden has seen a number of clown sightings over the last few weeks. I thought they were also, like, shy and... This is all very strange. One incident included a man was stabbed in the shoulder by a man in a clown mask who is still at large, running around with a knife. This is out of hand.
Yes.
There's even interactive maps now showing the extent of the clown sightings. Atlas Obscura published one of the United States showing sightings mostly concentrated in the Upper East Coast, in Florida, and in the Southeast. And BuzzFeed has published a map of the UK's clown sightings with heavy concentrations around London and Manchester. And to top all this shit sandwich off, in a recent statement, McDonald's even acknowledged all of this malarkey, saying that they'd be giving Ronald McDonald a rest for a while until this crazy clown craze dies down a bit.
All those Ronald McDonalds are hanging up their goofy outfits and crying because they can't feed their kids because these damn assholes.
I wonder if any of those Ronald McDonald, those statues that are on like a bench, I wonder if any of those have like been mistaken for...
Oh God, there's one right there.
There's a clown. He's just been sitting on this bench outside of McDonald's for 12 hours.
It's 3:30 in the morning and he's still there.
Oh, he's so shiny.
Anyways, I know you were all breathlessly waiting for Violent J and Shaggy Two Dope of the Insane Clown Posse to weigh in on all of this. And yeah, they did in an op-ed article for Time Magazine written by Violent J, which it's definitely worth the full read. Because in 2016, Violent J is somehow now a voice of reason. Sort of. He writes, quote, "As ICP has discovered over the last decade, there's a whole army of scary, terrifying, and dangerous clowns out there in this country trying to suppress the rights of thousands of people to exercise the most basic part of the Declaration of Independence, which evokes the freedom to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. The only difference is these clowns don't wear grease paint. These clowns threaten the very fabric on which our nation was supposedly founded upon. And for some fucking crazy ass reason, they're getting away with it. From Keystone Cop clowns shooting unarmed citizens to racist clowns burning down Islamic centers or clowns in the NSA spying on us through our cell phones and laptops, America has turned into something far more terrifying than Insane Clown Posse's Dark Carnival. Even a scrub like me who dropped out of school in the 9th grade can see what's going on. Today's reality is scarier than anything you'll ever hear on one of our albums." He's talking about cops.
Damn, this guy's woke.
Yeah.
Violent J then goes on to point out that fans of the Insane Clown Posse, known as Juggalos, have been discriminated against ever since the FBI added Juggalos to their list of national gangs in 2011, saying that Juggalos have been unfairly stopped and searched, they've lost their jobs, and some have even lost custody of their children because they proudly listen to ICP.
Whoop.
Which is ridiculous. We actually went to an Insane Clown Posse show when we were in Indianapolis back in June.
Yeah.
That's the footage you're seeing right here. I took that. My phone was covered in Faygo.
Yes, it was.
It was fun as hell, despite every surface of the venue, and our phones, and our bodies ending up covered in Diet Root Beer Faygo. The Juggalos we talked to, though, they were some of the nicest people we've ever met.
Yeah.
And sure, a few diehard Juggalos have been involved in a couple violent crimes over the years.
But who hasn't?
Yeah, that doesn't make them a gang.
Yeah. Whoop. It was a great show.
Also, he plugged the Million Juggalo March. It's coming next September, Washington,
good.
D.C.
They're gonna march from there straight to the gathering.
Yeah, and Violent J's gonna get up on podium in front of the National Mall, say, "I have a dream
That one day Juggalos won't be persecuted.
One day my Juggalo child and your non-Juggalo child can play in the park together.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them won't be considered
a gang.
a gang."
Yeah.
Something
It's
like
cute.
that.
I don't know if there's a million Juggalos that would go all the way.
Oh, there's a million!
Whatever. Anyways, enough clowning around. I'm sure we'll have even more clown bullshit for you next week. It doesn't seem to be stopping at any point soon. For now, though, let's take a look at some of the best weird news headlines that we saw on the internet this past week.
Britain panics over Brexit-sparked Marmite shortage. First of all, why the fuck do you people like that shit? It's terrible.
It's like how Australians love Vegemite.
Yeah, they're the same thing, and they're both disgusting. It's
Yeah.
fucking yeast spread.
Use Nutella.
Why are you putting-
Nutella's good.
You can tell it's nice and sweet. Yeast spread, it's like, it tastes like rotten, it tastes like trash.
You're shitting all over their culture, Elliot. Yeah.
You know what?
It's the opposite of cultural appropriation.
Tell me in the comments what American foods are not good, because you're wrong, but go ahead. But yeah, so Unilever, who controls like 1/6 of the world's products,
They're worse off than InBev. They own a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Unilever and Tesco, the biggest supermarket in England, in UK, not getting along. They raised the price of many of their products, including Marmite, Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
See, Ben & Jerry's, good old American food.
Yeah.
Just delicious ice cream.
So now Tesco's like, well, you know what? We're just not gonna buy any of it. How do you like that? People are freaking out. They're posting pictures of like the shelves at Tesco, no Marmite. Just switch to something that tastes better.
Hashtag sad. Mm-hmm. New York Senate candidate promises to hand out Kool-Aid, KFC, and watermelons in Harlem. What?
This guy, I mean, he's a real candidate, but he's a fucking...
He's not that one that wears the boot on his head, is it?
No, it's not Vermin. Vermin Supreme would never be racist.
Yeah.
He's more absurdist.
To be honest, he might be the best candidate this year.
Yeah, he might have my vote.
Did you see the thing that went out of Gary Johnson's campaign, the email? How like the Trump campaign's disrespecting to Momen. Spelled women wrong. People were putting like guys pushing lawnmowers.
Why don't you guys cover the third party candidate?
Because he looks like an idiot all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this guy, one of the news channels went up to Harlem and they're like, so what do you think about this guy saying this? And they're like, he better not come here. You're gonna fucking kill this guy.
Or if he does, he
this
better
guy
have
is
that food.
very disrespectful.
Yeah.
What a rude man.
Yeah. Anyways. Arkansas town drops turkeys from plane. When Elliot first told me about this, I instantly didn't believe it.
It's a tradition. If you don't like turkeys getting dropped from an airplane, flightless birds.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Falling to the ground.
They're flightless.
They don't die, but it has to be traumatizing for them.
Well, they probably get hurt, right?
I'm sure they don't land softly.
Yeah.
They have just enough wing power to like slow themselves down so it's not fatal. But yeah, this is a whole.
Do they cook them afterwards?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope they put them right out of their misery. But yeah, it's just this annual tradition where someone goes up.
It's the stupidest tradition I've ever heard.
Someone goes up in an airplane. I think the first year was just one turkey. This year they tossed like 30 of them. There's just raining turkeys.
Yeah,
and,
well, what happens if someone's beneath those turkeys and gets hit by one?
I don't know. That's part of the tradition.
Yeah,
That's half the fun.
Is Tech Rax is doing this?
Probably.
Okay, today
guys, I got this brand new turkey.
Got this turkey, I'm gonna throw it on a plane.
It's pretty cool. I paid like $100 for this turkey. So
It's perfectly good turkey. Let's just ruin it.
But yeah.
Anyways, it's down there under the clouds now.
Find My Turkey app is kind of fun. Fuck you.
Yeah.
But obviously animal rights people, they don't like this for obvious reasons.
Yeah, duh.
People wearing
What's the argument that the town is making?
they're just like, it's tradition. It's not even that old though. It's like a 10-year tradition. Just some asshole. It's a small town. Some asshole who probably had like a fucking single-engine plane was like, wouldn't it be funny if I threw a turkey out of the plane? They're like, nothing happens here. Do that.
The man who created this whole tradition probably thought that they could fly.
Yeah.
And then they didn't, and then everyone was like, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Let's do it again, but with
do it again.
more turkeys.
This is hilarious. But yeah, they're selling Turkey Lives Matter shirts because now you can just.
Now, the whole Black Lives Matter thing's turned into such a fucking joke now because
everything is stupid everywhere.
Turkey Lives Matter. Well, it's true. The president does pardon a turkey every year.
That's right. It's very merciful.
Yeah. He's pardoned a lot of, not criminals, but, people who didn't commit violent felonies. He's pardoned some of those.
Good. Our prisons are too
weed
full.
Smokers. Whew.
Aggravated judge tosses off robe and joins courtroom scuffle.
At that point, what happens? Is it on to the police officer that's there to kind of get things under control?
Well, the guy wasn't jailed.
The bailiff?
He was in court as a civilian, responding to, I guess he had violated like a, what are they, when you can't come near me?
Restraining order?
Yeah, he violated a restraining order a couple times. And he was mouthing off to the judge, much like that Denver Allen fellow.
Oh, yeah.
Just mouthing off. The judge kept giving him more and more time in contempt. So it's like going to jail for a week because you're being an asshole. And he's like, yeah, well, fuck you. And he's like, well, you're going to jail for 2 months. And it just kept escalating. Finally, the one bailiff in the room was trying to, like, grab the guy. And the guy started fighting the bailiff. And the judge was the only other guy in the courtroom. So he took off his robe and came down there.
It would have only been better if it was a British judge and he took off his wig. Just ripped his wig off.
Hold my wig.
Yeah.
He's like, tase his ass!
Well, at least they tased him and didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
That's good.
I don't want blood in my courtroom.
Progress. Pennsylvania police officer accused of masturbating in car says he was just trying to stay awake.
We all do it.
I know, it's fine.
Just locker room, just staying awake.
Just police car antics. Everybody, you're out driving down the highway at 3 o'clock in the morning, gets kind of tired.
Turn up the AC.
Turn it up.
Open a window.
Turn up the AC, turn down the music.
Yeah.
Pass out. With your dick in your hand.
Yeah. But apparently he's not telling the truth, according to witnesses, because he was doing it like in parking lots of like Walmart with the window rolled down, like staring at women as they were.
Well, yeah, I mean,
I gotta picture something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay awake.
He can't pull up Pornhub on his government-issued laptop.
He wasn't in the. He was off duty while it was happening.
Okay.
Well, at least I didn't do it on police property.
He was in his car.
Yeah. It wasn't a cop car. It was his car.
Oh, well, that makes things
Policemen
different.
have their own lives outside.
I
of
thought
their
he was
job.
sitting in his cop car the whole time.
No.
This is fine then.
He probably would have gotten away with it though if he was doing it in his cop car.
Yeah, that's true.
I
People
am the
don't.
law.
They don't look at cops very long.
Yeah. No.
Don't shoot me.
Brigham Young University celebrates inaugural Milktoberfest.
So that's because they can't drink alcohol?
Yeah, because they're Mormons.
Yeah.
They're a dry campus.
They should
Zero tolerance.
We should go there and like slip some espresso in their stuff.
Oh my God! I feel like I'm flying. Is
like
this
$1
what I've been
million.
missing out on all this time?
Woo!
Fuck you, Joseph Smith.
Yeah. Go read some fucking plates somewhere else,
Oh
you
my
bitch.
God! I found my golden tablet.
Oh, I don't have to share my husband with 10 people.
They're a very wholesome people.
They are lovely and never cause anyone any problem, but, cleanliness is weird too. Being too squeaky clean is weird. You gotta be, don't be Mormon. Be Ken Bone. He's just the right level of
I don't know.
creepy.
I saw his porn comments.
It was a very innocuous porn comment.
They were still.
I
porn.
saw her butthole. I liked it.
Yeah.
He didn't say he licked it.
He described a bunch of sexy pregnant women as human submarines, which I found odd.
Human submarines, like the baby's a human submarine?
Well, it was like women at the beach. So like, I think he meant like the water up to here.
It makes more sense if it's the baby because he's floating around.
That
in
could be it too. I don't know. Yeah, I think that you're probably right.
Hey, big surprise! This average guy's average.
Yeah. Oh well. Norwegian Prime Minister caught playing Pokemon Go in Parliament.
And he was the last person to left playing it.
It was
so
a woman, actually. The Prime Minister's a woman.
She was the last person to be caught playing it.
Yeah. My voters are going to think I'm so cool. I played this hot new Pokemon Go app. Make sure you get a picture of it, of me sitting in Parliament. They're going to love me. All right, lady, but no one plays this game anymore. I'm pretty sure they still play
My
it.
kids talked about it once or twice.
Yeah. So consider that game dead.
Guerrilla escaped London Zoo enclosure in honor of Harambe, social media users say. I saw a bunch of stories. There were stories that they were saying that it has some kind of direct DNA link to Harambe. Everyone's just trying to tie it all together. You don't need to. The meme is almost finally gone.
Yeah.
Until next year on the anniversary. And then
I'm glad this gorilla made it home safe, though.
Yeah.
He
made
was
it
out
all
there.
the way.
He was
all the way
at
home.
No, he didn't make it back to Africa.
He caught one of the ferries. Went over the channel.
He was safely captured without any harm being done to him or any humans. He was gone.
Well,
for
they learned their mistake.
He was out there for like 4 hours.
Yeah, they weren't gonna take him out.
Yeah.
Then they would have. What was this one's name? Do you know?
It was something cool. I don't remember.
Exactly. They're always cool.
It was a great name.
Yeah.
Very meme-worthy.
Yeah. It would have been another issue in the UK. They don't want any.
I bet the Cincinnati Zoo would have been so happy though.
Yeah.
If they shot that gorilla.
Finally, someone else murdered a gorilla
People
in cold blood.
The Cincinnati Zoo was watching the live feed.
Please do it.
Just shoot
fucking,
it. Just shoot that
it.
fucking gorilla. It's like
pull the trigger.
It's like The Ring. Like
Yeah.
you have to pass it on to the next zoo. Who
Yeah.
Kills one of their animals in cold blood.
Could you imagine that whole fucking rigmarole getting started all over again?
I don't want it. Do not want. Mother gives birth in checkout line at Walmart.
So it gets all of the rights and responsibilities of a Walmart citizen now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
That kid can only make $7 an hour.
Yeah.
No overtime.
Yeah. But the rollback prices are worth it.
Yeah.
You get your paycheck and then you go spend it all inside the store. It's a great system they have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she just straight up gave birth in the checkout aisle, just spewing at fucking afterbirth everywhere. It's disgusting.
That little human submarine
Go to
wanted
the
to get
fucking
out.
hospital, lady. She's like, no, I
Dive.
I'll pay for my merchandise. Just let me just have this baby real quick.
Smart.
Yeah.
Anyways, town rallies to kick out mayor after awful Facebook memes.
Yeah, it was some pretty bad shit.
Oh, is he-
very racist.
Oh yeah,
Like,
some of
yeah.
those alt-right Pepes.
It was like, no, it was like it was worse. It was like forwards from grandma level shit.
Ah, okay.
Where it's like a wheelbarrow full of like orangutans, like adorable, and then the meme text is like, moving out day at the White House.
Oh, God.
And then there was like a fake sign on the wheelbarrow that said like, Kenya bound.
Whew.
This is a mayor of a town.
Posting publicly like this.
Yeah, I mean, this is a double-edged sword because it's awful that this happened.
Yeah.
But before, if someone like this mayor felt that way, he would
never
just
know.
get away with it.
Yeah.
Now these fucking old people are so stupid.
Yeah.
They just publicly out themselves as terrible, terrible people. It's a good thing.
I didn't know I couldn't do that. Mm-hmm. Judge declines accused rapist's offer to show jurors his small penis.
I couldn't have done it.
Because my pee-pee's too small.
Well, he's like 400 pounds, so he's like physically it would have been impossible for me to have sex at all because
Apparently
my penis
it's
is
still
so small.
he's still terrible. I read the article where he like physically abused these women regardless of if he stuck his tiny dick
Yeah,
in
that's
them.
the whole argument's like, oh, did his penis actually enter them? It's like, well, it doesn't really matter. He
Yeah.
tried to.
Regardless,
He's a bad man.
Yeah, and the problem with this is that it makes the whole thing out to a joke. Brilliant move on his part. You got to give him credit for that.
Come on, have some sympathy. I got a small pecker.
Haven't I suffered enough?
I'm a fat man with a small
You have
pecker.
such a big penis.
Oh!
Your judge, your penis is so
Oh.
big. I have very tiny penis.
If only I had a large penis, like
Yeah.
Your Honor, which I'm sure is just gargantuan.
I like how that he's basically saying that he would totally have done it if his penis was normal size.
Yeah, that's the problem with
Yeah.
this. It's kind of like the arguments where it's like, that woman that accused me of sexual assault, that's ridiculous. She's not even hot. Which Donald Trump just said yesterday. Police appeal for information about chicken crossing road.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah, that's a stupid headline.
Yeah. Child 10 hit over the head with a wine bottle on Ryanair flight after stag party brawl erupted over man bun. I have to say, for the most part, all of our stag parties in America are concentrated in Vegas. So if you want to avoid these roaming packs of just terrible people, just don't go to Vegas.
No.
When I was over in Europe,
Oh, they're everywhere.
it's everywhere.
Yeah, they're worse than the clowns.
Yeah.
For sure.
The roaming stag parties are very
And
scary.
the hen parties. Like, they go out there on the town too, and they're all fucking wasted. And they try to do this thing where, like, they ask if they can cut off a piece of your clothes. to like attach it to the wife's dress. I'm like, no, fuck you.
Weirdos.
You're not cutting my clothes.
They all have custom shirts too, which I
Yeah,
I
they
noticed.
all dress up
like
together.
these dudes that I saw in Amsterdam, they all had like custom polos that said like Bob Stag
Yeah.
or something like that on the back, and they all had their names on the front. And I was just like, this is so lame. This is so lame. Just shut up and go to a strip club or something.
Yeah, anyway, a bunch of them were on a flight from Scotland to Spain. They were all wasted, of course, because it's a stag party. And they kept yelling at someone on the plane.
Boys will be boys.
Some man that's not in their group who had a man bun, like, top knot thing, and they kept yelling, like, "Oi, top knot! Oi!" Like, in the middle of the flight. And finally, the top knot guy's girlfriend was like, "Shut the fuck up!" And then they got into a big brawl, and then a nearby child, an innocent bystander, got hit in the head with a bottle, and they were all arrested when they got to Spain.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Enjoy your stag party.
The real crime was flying on Ryanair.
Hey, some of those prices,
You can't beat them.
you can't beat them. Like,
That's the
I can-
CEO was like, we should make standing room only flights.
no, they're still trying to. They're just trying to get legislation. Yeah, I mean, it's the Greyhound bus of the sky. As long as you really understand fully what you are getting yourself into, it can save you a lot of money.
There's some decent ones in Europe.
Your back of the seat is literally just covered in advertisements.
Yeah.
You have to pay for toilet paper if you need to take a shit. It's and the seats are, you're packed in like a sardine.
The prices are dirt cheap. We flew from Munich to Paris for $30.
Yeah,
It wasn't on Ryanair though.
they're probably
Transavia.
It's probably just a front for like smuggling drugs or something.
Yeah, the whole cargo bay.
Like we got the drugs, but we need to justify this plane taking off.
Yeah,
So-
it's a write-off.
Yeah.
The humans are write-offs. Anyways, that's it for this week's show. Be sure to check out our most recent podcast where we talked about all the new shit coming out of the world of VR, and also watch our video from earlier this week about how half the world's beer is now owned by one company,
Man,
and it's probably ruining it.
maybe, could be.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Bye.